Outlast 2 explained in 90 seconds. In Outlast 2 we play as Blake Langerman, a cameraman travelling with his journalist girlfriend Lynn to southern Arizona to investigate the death of a pregnant woman, when a bright light causes the chopper to crash. Blake searches for Lynn after the crash and stumbles across a village filled with cultish peeps led by a man named North, a deeply religious man who spends his time trying to prevent the Antichrist from being born. Blake finds Lynn and North says that Lynn is pregnant with the Antichrist and this is a big no-no. Along with this bunch of pricks, the area is also filled with a group called the Heretics led by a person called Val, who kidnaps Lynn and grosses everyone out. Along the way, Blake spots a tower that the bright light seems to be coming from. Whenever it goes off, it sends all who are in contact with it seemingly crazy. Over time, it starts to make Blake hallucinate about the death of his childhood friend Jessica. This isn't explained very well in the game, but a collectible reveals that Murkoff are behind the tower, and it also makes people's worst nightmares become a reality in their own minds. This is why North, as a religious man, thinks the Antichrist is coming, and Blake dreams about Jessica as he is the only one who knows that a gross P-word priest was involved with her death and made it look like he did nothing. Blake avoids being caught by Bigfoot's daughter Martha, gets crucified and buried alive by some syphilis enthusiasts named Nick and Laird, who he eventually escapes and manages to reach the mines, where he rescues Lynn. Lynn is now somehow heavily preggo, even though Blake and Lynn haven't done the deed in months, so either Lynn's a time-traveling hoe, Blake is hallucinating her being pregnant, or it's a phantom pregnancy or something. Lynn gives birth to the baby, which is the visual representation of TMI in the game, and she suddenly dies after telling Blake there's nothing there. Blake passes out and awakes in the chapel with North, who tells him he should kill the child, and then North ends himself. Blake wanders off with the baby and the sun explodes, which is the end of the game. There is a big debate on if the baby is real or not, and if you read the comics, Blake is found without the baby, and the devs have alluded to the fact that the question was something they wanted left unanswered, but generally people think it isn't. Thanks for watching, everyone. I think the next game I'm going to do is probably Dead Space, although I might come back and explain the backstory of some characters from Outlast. But yeah, that's it for Outlast. Much love for watching. I appreciate the support on the videos. Take care.